What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news update video, and we have multiple journalists with multiple updates on Jude Bellingham's imminent transfer, hopefully to Liverpool. He's definitely leaving Dortmund in the summer, and also Jude Bellingham is openly flirting with past and present Liverpool players on his social medias. At the moment, it's an absolute frenzy around Jude Bellingham's potential Liverpool transfer, because he's sharing social media posts with Jordan Henderson where they are recovering after England beat Ukraine in the Euro 2024 qualifier, and also he was talking with Steven Gerrard in the post-match show. And Steven Gerrard had some very nice things to say about Bellingham, and Bellingham, of course, Steven Gerrard is his idol. And according to CBS reporter Ben Jacobs, Liverpool's top priority is to sign Jude Bellingham in the summer, and Dortmund value Bellingham at 150 million euros, which is 130 million pounds. But I think Liverpool can structure a deal where they pay like around 80, 90, maybe even 100 million base fee, and then the rest are add-ons and bonuses, and that's how that usually works. And also Fabrizio Romano he's saying that Liverpool are exploring conditions of a potential deal to sign Gvardiol from Leipzig. Of course, Gvardiol's release clause is 97 million pounds, but I think he will be going for a cheaper rate. But also the release clause doesn't become active until the summer of 2024, so 1 year from now. And Ben Jacobs said Liverpool's priority at the moment is still trying to get Jude Bellingham in their midfield, which is going to cost a lot of money. And if they succeed in avoiding the bidding war between Real Madrid, Man City and Liverpool, should they not get Champions League football, it would be very unlikely for Liverpool to sign Bellingham and also drop a huge transfer fee on Gvardiol, and it might be very difficult. And that's why I said that I would prefer if Liverpool went for Frankfurt's soon-to-be free agent centre-back Endika, who is, I think, almost as good as Gvardiol. Of course, he doesn't have as big a potential, but he's a free agent, so he only costs you wages. And also shout out to my Irish subscribers. I got this t-shirt from Dublin when I was visiting the Republic of Ireland, so if you are watching from Ireland, shout out to you guys. And also leave a like on this video if you enjoy these transfer updates, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. Also check out my other FIFA channels, link is in the video's description. So Bellingham has been ranked in Bundesliga metrics for successful take-ons in the 99th percentile. So he's in the top 1%. For touches in the attacking penalty area, Bellingham is in the top 3% of Bundesliga players. For blocks made, he's in the top 4%. And for progressive passes, he's in the top 8% of Bundesliga players. And also for shot creating actions and progressive passes received, he's in the top 10% and in the top 11% for total shots made and progressive carries among his midfield peers over the last year in the Bundesliga. And Pete O'Rourke also said something very interesting in the English media. He said that Liverpool are still in the race, I think, for Jude Bellingham, but it's going to be a really difficult race looking at the other clubs who are also after him. The likes of Manchester City and Real Madrid can afford to probably spend more than Liverpool can right now, and they will have Champions League football to offer for Jude Bellingham, which as it stands is looking unlikely for Liverpool. So that could play a huge role in any potential move for Jude Bellingham as well. And as he said, Liverpool just cannot afford to miss out on Jude Bellingham. It would be the biggest disappointment of the last I don't know how many years. And also Liverpool not refreshing their midfield in the last 4 years puts them in a very difficult situation, because now you need to sign 3 midfielders in one transfer window, and you need to get all of those signings absolutely perfectly spot on. That's why I would go for Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice. That would eat up a lot of our transfer budget, but as I said, if you sign Endika on a free transfer, then you can sign two midfielders with a combined maybe 150 to 200 million pounds. And also Steven Gerrard reposted the Bellingham's social media post when he was hugging Steven Gerrard. He said, "Congratulations on a great week," and he did a salute emoji. So the bromance between Gerrard and Bellingham, between Trent and Bellingham, between Henderson and Bellingham is just too much. Everything points towards the Liverpool transfer. And if Bellingham so openly flirts with Liverpool players, it would be absolutely heartbreaking and absolutely devastating if Bellingham went to any other club. And another player has been linked with Liverpool, who is Gabri Veiga, the Celta Vigo midfielder, who is a really good up-and-coming, young, talented midfielder in La Liga. And Fabrizio Romano said that the Celta Vigo president told media that we want to keep Gabri Veiga, but it will be impossible due to the release clause. We know some bids he has, it's impossible to match. The release clause for the talented midfielder is just 40 million euros, which is around 35 million pounds, and Premier League top clubs and Real Madrid are following him. And they can't increase his release clause unless they renew his contract, but they can't renew his contract if the midfielder wants to leave and he won't accept a new contract offer. And the 20-year-old Veiga would represent an ideal piece of business for Liverpool because it's a much cheaper alternative to the likes of Declan Rice or other players. It's not an alternative to Bellingham. Bellingham is an absolute must. But if you want to save money, you should be looking for players from the continent who don't have that huge Premier League tax on them. I mean, Premier League players usually cost almost twice as much as their actual value. And El Nacional, a Spanish publication, has claimed that Jurgen Klopp himself has spoken to Veiga personally and to his agent, exploring the possibility of him signing for Liverpool. It's always worth taking reports from El Nacional with a pinch of salt. They are not the most credible publication, but Liverpool's obvious need for midfielders and Veiga's cheap release clause all points to a potential Liverpool transfer. And quality midfielders are not cheap nowadays, so Liverpool should consider signing Veiga for just 35 million. He would be representing an excellent deal. And the lack of a great midfielder supply means that it will be a struggle to sign quality midfielders on the cheap, because a lot of top clubs want really good midfielders this summer. And there are not as many good midfielders on the market to meet this demand. So the supply is low, the demand is high, the prices of these quality midfielders are only going up and up. And assuming that Liverpool has done their due diligence on Veiga, the Celta Vigo midfielder, I'm hoping that such an option would be seriously explored if we are also prepared to commit a huge amount of money to the signing of Jude Bellingham. And multiple journalists and multiple media reports suggest that Liverpool will have around 250 million pounds to spend, and Bellingham would cost almost half of that transfer budget. So we have to be very, very smart and very sensible on who else we sign apart from Jude Bellingham. So if you sign Bellingham for 120 million, you could sign Veiga for 35 million, that's like 150, and then you still have another 100 million pounds left in the transfer budget. So we would have money for Mason Mount as well, and potentially, as I said, Endika and a young right back. That would represent an almost perfect transfer window. 3 quality midfielders, Bellingham, Mount and Veiga, a centre back like Endika on a free transfer, and also a young right back, somebody who can deputize for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and somebody who can also put pressure on Trent Alexander-Arnold to perform week in, week out. And also a little bit of an update on the Matheus Nunes situation. So Wolves are willing to sell Matheus Nunes, and I don't really understand why Liverpool would spend 55 million on a player that you could get 1 year ago for 38 million. And apparently Liverpool still want him. But there is a clause in his contract. If Wolves get relegated, and at the moment anybody below Crystal Palace or even Crystal Palace in 12th place, so the bottom 11 teams in the Premier League can still get relegated. Wolves are one of those teams. If Wolves get relegated, then Matheus Nunes' release clause or price could go down to as low as 30 million pounds, and that would be, I think, a much better deal for Liverpool. I don't wish I don't wish relegation on Wolves, because I quite like them as a club. They play good, attractive, attacking football, and they have a good fan base as well. So I wish them all the success, and I hope they stay up. But in the case that Wolves gets relegated, I think Liverpool absolutely have to snap up Matheus Nunes on a £30 million deal. For 58 million though, I think he's overpriced. I don't think he's that good that he would be worth the 55 million pound transfer fee, in my opinion. And Daily Express journalist Ryan Taylor thinks that the deal can be done for Matheus Nunes as well. And Jamie Redknapp thinks that after Antonio Conte's outburst, by the way, Conte has been sacked by Tottenham, which is absolutely as expected. A lot of journalists and pundits already expected this announcement days ago, and I think Nagelsmann getting sacked from Bayern Munich triggered Tottenham sacking Conte, because Nagelsmann would represent an amazing managerial appointment for Tottenham, but they appointed amazing managers before, like Mourinho, Conte, Pochettino, and didn't really work out for Tottenham. They still haven't won a major trophy since the 60s when they won a league title. But Redknapp said that there are so many managers that could come out and criticize their players. Jurgen Klopp, look at the results they have had. They beat Man United, and then they come to Bournemouth and they get beat 1-0 with a lackluster performance. He could have gone into a rant, Jurgen Klopp, as well, about not bringing enough players and how the team plays, but he didn't. This is Antonio Conte. He's a very emotional type of guy. That's what you get with him. That's probably what has made him a great manager. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, there are a lot of emotional people in football, but not all of them are great managers. So I think that's absolutely nonsense by Harry Redknapp. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp would be more than justified to absolutely blast the Liverpool players, but he didn't, because he doesn't want to break that bond between Jurgen Klopp and the players. And hopefully the players will turn this Liverpool season around. I'm really looking forward to the Man City-Liverpool game on Saturday. But I'm also dreading it a little bit, because Liverpool could get a hiding if Haaland starts and Liverpool are not at the races. But that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye.